Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a hot topic in 2023. To be fair, AI has been a hot topic for the past few decades, but has only been recently in the past 5 or so years that many approaches in deep learning have begun to bear fruit, a bumper crop that we are still only struggling to harvest today. This is why there's so much consternation on all fronts as to how AI will affect what we today consider the status quo in human society and behavior. This social concern and, dare I say it, dismay is reflected in a number of alarmist journal articles that seem to have headlines preparing everyone for the worst. To take some of the most straightforward and panic-inducing examples, higher-paying white-collar jobs will be heavily impacted by AI. AI will transform 500 million white-collar jobs in the next 5 years. Silicon Valley must help. Is AI going to be a jobs killer? And types of jobs AI will eliminate by 2030. See what I mean? Of course, we all know that the news thrives on panic and speculation. If it bleeds, it leads. News sites get paid by the click, and clicks only come from people who feel some sort of anxiety about the future and want to prepare for the worst. Similar types of doomsday pronouncements were made in the lead up to Y2K, and they all turned out to be pretty insignificant, with the exception of a few inconvenient and embarrassing counterexamples, such as minor flight delays, some websites incorrectly referring to the new year as 1900, and of course a small contingent of babies born already 100 years old due to the lack of updates to computer software running in hospitals. That one's pretty funny. On the programmatic side, AI will change the world, no question. On the philosophical side, the changes that will be ushered in by AI will have nothing to do with its ability to have or gain sentience. There are simply too many features of human consciousness and sentience that cannot be described in algorithmic form, and therefore are not amenable to any computational approach, which all approaches to AI currently use as their central mode of attack. I'll elaborate more on the philosophical side of AI, starting with human will and desire. For example, AI must of necessity and by design be composed of a set of finite and discrete instructions. Whether these instructions are human-generated or else created by the computer on a path of machine learning does not matter. This is ultimately because no machine can be coded with either will or desire. Moreover, we have no adequate theory or algorithm by which we would be able to encode these mysterious human traits. So the pursuit of AI as a human endeavor promises much. It's no doubt that all future research will become dependent upon machines being able to survey landscapes of thought in fractions of the time it would take humans to do the same. The deeper concerns only arise when we are lulled into a false sense of belief that these machines are behaving autonomously. Machines are and always have been things that do as they are told. And it's up to all of us to ensure that they are being told to do the right things, whatever these things may be. Next, I'll discuss the human body as a shortcoming of artificial intelligence. So there's an irreducible importance of embodiment in the development of intelligence and the sense of self. In the book that I wrote in 2020 with my co-author, we pondered the questions of just how feasible abstract consciousness is, given the seeming primacy of our bodies. Not only that, it's our bodies and how we model and interact with the external world. For example, human consciousness requires perception, and this is something AI, if its aim is to replicate perception in how humans perceive things, will never have the capacity to replicate without a body that encompasses, and here's the key part, inner subjective experience. So visual experience, for example, is more than just the mechanistic process of recording photon impacts and referencing the pattern made to some lookup table. Human beings are much more than that. Human beings know what it is like to see a color such as red in a context of historical place, phenomenological association, and substrate understanding. So let's say, for example, color as a result of pigment versus color as a result of light. This is something that simulated intelligence algorithms cannot achieve. Right, so we can sum all of this up and be very practical about what I'm trying to say here by concluding that there is nothing in the amount of code written and the level of sophistication of machine learning that will make AI look inward. Right? In the way that my mind is thinking about things as I'm saying all of these things to the camera. Code cannot have a perspective shift from third person to all of a sudden first person. You can't just light up. Simulations, though, on the other hand, can be very powerful, and human beings can be easily deceived. So it's important to think about simulations and what they're missing from an authentic human experience. Think of the popular video game The Sims. These are simulated people that move around in a simulated neighborhood, pursuing simulated goals. They drink simulated water and eat simulated food to quell simulated appetites. I think you get the point here. Behind the surface of the simulation, there is nothing. There's no inner life, no thoughts, and no matter how complex the game is or appears to be, there's no consciousness. There's a reason we refer to all of these things as being simulated, because there is a strict ontological difference between what is simulated and what is real. If there were no such difference, these words would be synonyms. They're not. A simulated fire in the world of The Sims cannot make your actual home burn down no matter how long you leave your computer on. Running a simulation of a hurricane in your neighborhood will not cause it to flood and will not necessitate your evacuation. A simulated airplane crash will carry with it no fatalities and will not be reported on the evening news. So we should also not hold out hope that our minds can be uploaded to computers either. Our identities are not computational, and mere simulations of our identities, whatever this would even mean, would not be able to conjure consciousness or identity into existence. Okay, so our hopes for immortality will have to lie elsewhere. In the meantime, our ongoing journey with AI and digital technology will show us more about becoming artificial. This is because of the relationship we have with technology as humans who interact with it and program it in our daily lives. All right, I hope that all makes sense. Any questions, pop a comment in the video and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability. But if you want to know more about this topic, check out my book at becomingartificial.com. And there, this topic is elaborated upon with, I believe, 10 different chapters. So there's a lot of additional content in there. But look forward to more videos like this and like it so you know I actually understand that you do like it. So have a good one. Hopefully that was interesting.